Hi, and welcome back to Out of View, a talk show where we talk about feminist issues covered in today's societies. I'm Matthew.
I'm Kalena.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Sean, and we were just talking about Adele's new album, 25. It made huge news this month, selling 2 million copies in just 3 days.
Wow.
I know, right? I can't stop listening.
That's amazing. And there was no streaming of your music either. It was only available for download via the iTunes Store, or you get to purchase it via the physical CD format, which is a brilliant marketing ploy from her. She's definitely saying hello from the other side from her multi-million-dollar empire.
Well, the record isn't the biggest news about her recently. She's recently come out as a feminist, saying that everyone should be treated the same, including race and sexuality.
Wow, good for her. I mean, she found a way to balance her career in a male-dominated world, all while starting a family. She spoke of how she experienced inequality recently in the studio, saying, all these male producers, and they're all fucking shitting themselves because we're in there.
It's really empowering to see a woman who has reached the kind of level of fame and popularity as she has, all while holding down a relationship and having a family. It's really empowering to women around the world.
Agreed, Emily. Another woman who has found her way back in the spotlight is Emma Watson.
Oh my god, you guys, I love Emma Watson. In Harry Potter, total hair inspiration. And I can't wait to see her in Beauty and the Beast.
And she's also more than just a pretty face in a movie. She's fighting for equality for women around the world. Her organization, He for She, is opening doors for men in the feminist movement and the fight for gender equality. Her organization is crucial because we need all the help we can get from places around the world.
That's true. She's a very accomplished feminist. But does anyone, I don't know, feel like that maybe Emma's more accomplished than Adele? I mean, like, all Adele does is write sad songs. Emma's actually done really, really good things. What do you guys think?
I mean, well, feminism isn't a competition, Sean. I do think Emma is more accomplished because she's an active feminist with her organization, He for She. Whereas opposed to Adele, she's basically just stated her support for the cause. I guess you could call Adele somewhat of a passive feminist, whereas Emma Watson is definitely an active feminist.
Well, as long as you're including all types of feminism, you can be a good feminist. Like Matt McGorry, the How to Get Away with Murder actor, he's a straight white man, but he's also very inclusive of all races, sexualities, and orientations and genders. So Adele is also very accepting with Emma Watson, and the issue is those who aren't white or cisgender not being represented.
Yeah, Watson isn't the only one that's working towards feminist goals, but so is Malala Yousafzai, and others have also made strides in the feminist movement. But we usually only hear about the stars like Watson because of her fame and because she's a white, cisgendered woman. And Caitlyn Jenner, the transgender activist, has also made news lately because she was awarded Glamorous Woman of the Year award. And she has done a lot of work to inspire transgender people to be proud of who they are.
You think someone who was awarded Woman of the Year award would know the daily struggles that women go through every single day? I mean, in a recent interview, she was asked what was the hardest part about being a woman. Her response was picking out an outfit. I mean, if this is the hardest thing that she has to deal with, she's pretty lucky, because she hasn't had to experience the real difficulties that women go through every single day. You know, daily discrimination and constant objectification.
Right? Picking out an outfit is the easy part. The hard parts about being a woman are having to be expected to wear a face full of makeup, fitting into a certain body type, the fear of being raped or attacked, discrimination, and not to mention any medical issues. The list just goes on and on. I guess that shows that even transgender people, an underrepresented voice within the feminist movement, can have harmful ideas about feminism while they are still also in a place of privilege.
I mean, I love that someone like Caitlyn is being recognized.
Yeah.
She received a lot of, well, I guess, hate for transitioning to her true self as a woman. So it is so great to see such a prestigious award, Women of the Year, be awarded to her.
Yeah. And Caitlyn Jenner's not the only one who's been deemed not feminist enough. Recently, Hillary Clinton has been considered not good enough for the feminist movement.
Erica Brandt, who worked with Obama during his 2008 campaign, talked to the Daily Beast about Hillary's form of feminism. She said, "It's fine for middle-class white people, but it completely ignores intersectionality. Feminism that does not include rights for poor, for minorities, the non-cis is just not feminism to me," Brandt said. "Rich white women don't get to make the rules for everyone, or at least they shouldn't."
Yeah, millennial feminists are extremely disillusioned with Clinton and are starting to look towards other candidates. One of these candidates is actually Bernie Sanders, who has come out as a feminist.
Not only has Sanders shown support for gender equality, he's also shown support for racial equality. In a recent interview, he's voiced his support for the Black Lives Matter movement. I quote, "At a time when the United States has had more people in jail, disproportionately black and brown, than any other country, when an alarming number of unarmed African Americans die in police custody, and when 51% of black youth are unemployed or underemployed, then clearly we have a very serious problem on our hands."
It's nice to have at least one presidential candidate acknowledge the racial inequalities of this country. Someone who is completely ignorant on this topic is Republican candidate Donald Trump, who considers himself the least racist person ever, but he recently tweeted fake crime statistics attributing most major crimes to the black population.
How can we, as a country, ever move past these racial injustices when a potential president is spouting these racist messages to everyone? Trump is just so far from getting it right. It's ridiculous.
I know, right? I mean, he's clearly against the Black Lives Matter movement. But he's not the only one. Some people within the movement actually have a few issues, saying that it doesn't talk about transgender women within the community. And that's why movements like the Say Her Name campaign have come forth.
Right.
Women in the black community are still quite often overlooked. I mean, they have to suffer through two forms of oppression, both racial and gender, as opposed to just the one. I mean, it's great to have a role model such as Amber Rose come forth and announce her intersectional feminist status. She's a black bisexual woman who is constantly fighting for the rights of all women regardless of their color. Furthermore, her recent Slutwalk campaign is bringing light to the constant objectification of women and the choice of attire they choose to wear.
I agree. Amber's efforts have really brought attention to black women and the discrimination they face on a daily basis. You know, in a similar way, Muslim women are also face this kind of discrimination by choosing to wear the hijab.
Yeah, but isn't the hijab a symbol of oppression? And they should be allowed to wear whatever they want. As a feminist myself, I do believe that women should be free to choose how they want to look and what they want to wear, and no one should tell them what to do when it comes to their appearance.
True, but Muslim women wear the hijab as a choice. It's part of their expression of freedom and expression of their religion, and it's seen as very negative, but it is their choice.
Yeah, I guess feminism traditionally does not reserve a place for those who don't fit the white heteronormative standards. So I guess it's difficult for people to imagine these women as being empowered feminists.
A movement that is not inclusive does not bode well for the ever-changing society we have. As the recent flood of Syrian refugees come in, who will tell these women that their rights don't matter in America?
These families need to be accepted by feminism and the mainstream in hopes of improving their lives after fleeing a war-torn country. They should be given the basic rights of citizens, but are being seen as terrorists or criminals looking to hurt Americans.
Yeah, it's definitely really tricky. I mean, on one hand, you're fleeing a war-torn country, like you said, where your life is threatened on a daily basis. But on the other hand, you can be accepted and live in America as a free person if you live up to these typical American standards of being a man or a woman. And if you don't live up to these standards, you're seen as an outcast and seen as not belonging. So
Yeah, feminism has fought for so much here. America stands for freedom of all people, and feminism just reinforces the idea that women deserve as much freedom as men do.
Ain't that the truth? I mean, we have come a long way in the feminist movement, but there is still a lot to be done. Until men and women are equal, regardless of their race, their sexual orientation, or their socioeconomic status, there is still work to be done.
very true. And that's our time for today. Thanks for watching Out of View. We hope we brought some out of view issues into your view. Bye!
Bye, see you next time.
You
Stay
are
classy, media.